And I sat in the car for about 20 minutes debating on whether I was really going to go in, give it my all, and go shopping.
Sam's Club at the time was relied on immensely. It was over 3/4 of our inventory as well as our competitors' inventory.
I got a text from my mom saying, look on Facebook.
She started looking at Amazon and finding other ways to get it here.
It wasn't just me, it was everybody going nuts in there. People were fighting, arguing, yelling, mushing people against doors. It was hysteria the first day. I never went back. I never went back.
My name is Paige Farmer, and I've worked at Sam's Club. When I found out when Sam's Club was closing, I was at home relaxing on my day off, and then I got a text from my mom to saying look on Facebook, and I did, and she tagged me in a post saying Sam's Club was closing all over in the United States, and ours was closing.
Hi, my name is Kayla Ellis, and I am the Program Director at Rainbow's End Children's Center, and we cater to 74 children and about 10 employees. The reaction that myself and my boss, the owner of the facility, had when the Sam's Club in Fairbanks closed or was closing was kind of shock that a facility store that's utilized by so many businesses around town would be closing. The reaction of pretty much everyone I knew was that there was no idea where they were going to shop and it be affordable and how they were going to survive with their businesses, because nobody else has the quantity of items that Sam's Club did.
When Sam's Club was closing, the impact on the people, it really hurt them. It hurt all the employees. We almost had more than 200 employees. A lot of people really wanted to be at Sam's Club because, you know, all the bulk, people that live out of town, the villages and everything, it really hurt them.
We feed 5 classrooms with our items that we previously got from Sam's, and the quantities that you can get in a bulk facility compared to what you can get in a normal store is astronomical. Not to mention that you can get a number 10 can, which has about 117 ounces of fruit or green beans or whatever you happen to be getting. Whereas at the store, a normal store, you get like maybe 10 ounces in it. That's a huge difference. Not to mention that the price for a small can and the price for a number 10 can are pretty much about the same price. We could buy fruit for $4 in a number 10 can at Sam's Club. And now we don't even try and pick up cans at the store because it's not worth the amount of money it would cost to replace and buy the same amount of food. So in the process of all of that, I decided I was going to go and be one of the crazy people who decided to stand in a crazy line and try and get as much items that I possibly could that I knew would not be available anywhere else in town once Sam's Club was gone. The result of this was me standing in line for 7 hours, but we were able to use the supplies I had to get us through another month, which then gave us time to be able to find alternate suppliers in hopes that we would be able to kind of hold on to being able to serve the children the meals that we've been serving to them for 20 some odd years.
My name's Heather. I'm the owner and operator of Java Mamas in Fairbanks, Alaska. My reaction when Sam's Club closed was to buy everything that they had that we could store. We went in and I was the first one at the door the day that Sam's Club closed, and I was I got there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they were letting business members in early. We were shocked. We had no idea about it. The day that they announced it was the day that they began liquidation. They began liquidating like the following day or something like that. It was a shock to everybody. We got in there and we bought up pallets and pallets of things that we knew that were going to be hard to get from other vendors right now, because the whole market was in hysteria, because the coffee industry in Alaska is the biggest industry, especially in Fairbanks. We have 47 coffee stands between here, Salcha, and North Pole. It wasn't just me, it was everybody going nuts in there.
Instead of going through a local source, we are currently buying our supplies through Costco in Anchorage, which is about a 6-hour drive from here. So we have hired Sourdough Express to transport our goods from Costco.
My name is Josh Norm. I am the Director of Operations at Sourdough Express, a trucking company based in Alaska. The morning we found out that Sam's Club was closing, we had a meeting with some of the owners of Sourdough, and we started talking about ways that we could fill the need. An employee showed up, one of our truck drivers, and said that it had just been announced to the employees of Sam's Club that they were closing, and so that led us to start brainstorming how we could fill that need for people at Fairbanks without having a wholesale store. The first week that we announced it on Facebook that we were going to be doing the runs from Costco to Fairbanks, we probably quoted over 100 and some people. I mean, the phone was ringing off the hook, and there was 4 of us fielding the calls and sending the emails out with the information. And from there, people we would usually follow up with a question or two. So the first week was very busy answering all the questions that people had about how it was going to work and the transportation costs involved. The most surprising thing, I guess, that we've found out is that people ordering supplies in Anchorage at Costco and shipping them up and still paying our shipping charges, they said that the costs are still fairly similar to what they were buying here. The only difference is that we deliver right to their doorstep and they don't have to go walk through Sam's Club. So to some of the customers, it's actually value added to their service. And most people have been very happy. The people that have set up with us are weekly customers for the most part. We have restaurants and coffee shops are the most common customers.
It caused 3 other coffee stands to go completely out of business. They couldn't afford it. They were newcomers. They were coming up. They didn't have the background in that first year. They didn't have the money to bounce back from Sam's Club closure. We went by bulk. We went to Quality Sales. We went to A&W. And we went by bulk, but we were big enough. And unfortunately, it wasn't like that for every coffee stand.
My name is Gary Nance. I'm the owner of Quality Sales Food Service in Fairbanks, Alaska. It was kind of a little bit of shock that they were closing because it's one of the most profitable Sam's Club they have. However, there's 4 or 5 other factors that probably had to do with it, and that is Sam's Club as a national company looks at things nationally and or globally, and not just by unit. Keeping in mind, there's only one Sam's Club here. There's only 700,000 people in the state, and 100,000 in this service area for them. Well, that doesn't make a heck of a market for their other stores, where maybe they have 8, 10 stores in a market with 4, 5, 6 million people in the States. The market base just really isn't here.
I want to point out a big thing to not just me, my competitors, everybody out there in Fairbanks. Before Sam's Club was here, they had businesses here that were profiting and making money. And that reason being was that we were putting our money into local distributors. When those distributors can buy more things by bulk, from North Pole Coffee to Quality Sales to A&W Wholesale, anybody who is a large vendor here for this particular industry, or Red Bull, Bills, any of these big ones, Costco and Sam's Club are going to get the price break either way. They're a nationwide company. Why don't we put this money back into Fairbanks? As far as how I feel about local businesses, I say that we should be shopping local, we should be buying local. Our money needs to go back into us. We're the only people here, you know? Sam's Club was able to take that from us so easily, and I'm sure it was not intentional. But nobody was at Sam's Club was like, screw Fairbanks. But I do believe that we should never give somebody that much power who isn't an insider here at Fairbanks, somebody who's locally trying to own a business and trying to make it and have kids, and we know them and it's personal. I can't tell you how much we gained over. My prices are lower than they were before I left Sam's Club. That is because my distributors are able to buy things at a much lower rate. If we can continue to give them service when Costco arrives, they can leave again and we won't have that happen again.
Something to remember that people forget is Quality Sales Food Service and a lot of these other businesses I mentioned were here long before Sam's Club was even on the map or incorporated. And that's something people need to remember. It's like a lot of the people, maybe that since Fairbanks has a lot of, we call them transits, people coming and going, that they don't even know the history of Alaska and how we survived before Big Brother Sam's Club or whatever was around.
Sourdough is a very old company. We've been here for a lot of years in Alaska, but this marketing campaign that we ran for the Costco did more for our overall business in those 3 days than we've been trying for years to get our name out there. So it was a huge opportunity for us to show the community of Fairbanks that we are here, we've been here for a long time, and that we are a true Fairbanks company that cares about our customers.
Sam's Club impacted us hugely, and I strongly advise that we stay local so that never happens to us again. We should never be in the position where we're going to lose our businesses that we've built, you know, local business owners that have put in the money, put in the time, losing it over a large corporation exiting a small community. We got Three Bears that used to be up here. We got Quality Sales, A&W. Put your money there. Put your money there. That's where it should stay, in Fairbanks.